God's people need their leaders to be able to teach. They do not need their leaders necessarily to be particularly brilliant with words, able to put talks together. They do not need their leaders to have memorised all the correct answers to all the questions that they might ask, as if that were possible. But God's people need their leaders to be able to teach. That means that they know the truth and that they be ready and willing and able to communicate that truth. Now, I am not able to teach unless I know the truth. I'm not able to teach then unless I am actively following Jesus by his word and by his Spirit. Because it's only by actively following Jesus and obeying him that I am actually knowing him. Without that, all of the words are just words. And it's pretty meaningless. And it's not going to bear fruit in people's lives. Intellect and study and memory cannot be any kind of a substitute unless I know Jesus by his word and through his Spirit. I have nothing to say. I am not able to teach unless I am ready. I need to be ready to share, and that means having no unfinished business with God, no unrepentant sin. Because if there is unrepentant sin, things that God has challenged me about, as it happens with all of us in our lives, we get challenged about things, we trip up on things. When we do, if I'm unrepentant on that, well, at best, I will fall silent when it comes to teaching certain things. Because I'll be thinking, I can't talk about that because I haven't dealt with it yet. At worst, I won't fall silent, and I will corrupt and twist the gospel when it comes to communicating it to you. So, in order to be ready to teach, there needs to be no unrepented sin in my life. And I need to be willing. I have to be willing to teach. Teaching is not glamorous work, it is hard work. It's not easy, it's not quick, it doesn't just happen. Whether you're doing it in a formal or an informal setting, teaching requires humility, patience, lots of hard work, constantly learning. If you're not willing to do it, you don't really want to put across what you've got to share, it won't be happening. I can't teach unless I'm able to communicate, and this is where the study comes in. Because I need to study in depth, not just what I am saying and the background to it and all the questions that arise from it, and I need to think about the people I'm communicating with. I need to study the people that I'm speaking to. I need to know what makes them tick. I need to know what they will understand when I say this. What will they understand? Will they understand that or that or that? I need to understand the culture in which I speak. So in order to be able to communicate, I need to be constantly studying. Not just my Bible, although definitely that. But through the Word, I also need to be studying the people around me and the culture that I live in and the community that I live in. God's people need teaching from their leaders. And that means they need a lot more than just good talks.